Hey, what's going on, you kings and queens? Hope you had the best weekend yet, and this video is going to change your entire marketing strategy and really, save you time, money, if not thousands, tens of thousands, or millions every single year by doing this. This is probably by far one of the most important marketing foundation pieces to have in mind for countless reasons. Myself personally, until I really, define this one simple concept, I wasted so much time and so much money and was branding myself incorrectly. This is one of the worst things you can do if you try to make an empire. You being the kings and queens that you are, you have to watch this because it's going to change your entire paradigm. Before we even get started with that, though, if you're just now tuning in, drop down below, what do you think is the most important marketing corner piece to have in our strategy? Because I, for one, would say it's going to be a huge game changer for you, regardless of what niche you're in, what industry that you do, and the list goes on. And it's not as complicated as it sounds. A lot of people will say some key things with, sounds obvious. So in this video, we're going to dive super deep on how to really discover your ideal client, your buyer's persona. And as I said before, this is the first thing I do regardless of who my client is. If I'm doing advertising for my clients, it's still the first thing I do. Because without this one key metric in mind, it becomes so much harder to really create a great marketing strategy for them, a marketing plan. But on top of that, it makes it way more harder for us to really scale the business and reach the right people. This is the most important thing. And before I go too far into this, let me ask you a question. Have you ever, been marketing or pitching people who could not afford your services? This is a key factor onto this point. Hey, what's going on? Cancasio? Hope I said that correctly. Cancasio, thank you for joining. And one of the key factors though, no matter what you're doing, while this one metric being in mind becomes so much harder. And while you're still, tune in, definitely tag your friends below who can watch this with you, enjoy this experience, and also scale their own business. Drop some likes, and I also want to know, if you're watching this live, do hashtag marketing. If you're watching this as a replay, do hashtag branding. Hey, what's going on, Jeffrey? Thank you so much for joining. Hope you have an awesome day so far. But this is going to be the key factor on really growing your business to a whole new level. And when I learned this, I started making so much more money. And also being able to say no to certain people, which is going to be one of the biggest factors to this. Hey, Melanie, thank you so much for joining. I'm happy you're here. And that's the key factor though. When you can say no to people, it becomes way easier. So without further ado, let's get started now. And just so you know, I have a special gift for you. A whole PDF going into more detail at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. So the first question you always hear when doing your buyer's persona is this. What is their name? What is their age? What is their gender? What is their income? What are the main problems I'm facing? Kind of stop the ball. Hey, Whisper, thank you so much for joining. Hope you have a royal day. What is their demographics and where are they located at? Those are the average questions we hear, but there's so much more that really goes into, what your buyer persona is outside of these, simple questions. But this is a good ballpark to go to. Now, to give some more context to this, why do we even care on what their name is and who they are? For a lot of different reasons. For one, if we can see in our mind who they are, the person, it becomes way easier for us to identify who they are and to find them quicker. And if you believe in the law of attraction, if you do, hashtag law of attraction below. But if you do, it's even signifies to your brain to attract more of that kind of people into your life. Some people even go so far as taking a picture of somebody who fits their ideal client in that mix. And by doing this, This makes it way more easy for you to attract the ideal client. This is a key factor. So you want to go above and beyond. Definitely, have a picture of mine as well on top of that. It'd be a huge factor for you. And to go further on this whole concept is, we do name, we do age, we do gender for a few reasons. Let's say that I'm currently selling marketing services for realtors and real estate people, helping get more leads. The average realtor is a woman. And most of the people who are going to be doing it are going to be anywhere from 30 to 55. Hey, Sophia, thank you so much for joining. Hope you have an epic day so far. Around those time frames, age frames. And knowing this lets me know what platforms one to use. Should I be on Facebook? Should I be on LinkedIn? Should I be on YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram? And also understanding what platforms is a huge factor as well. If you are doing modeling, you might want to be on Instagram. That's a huge platform for that. So another question to add to this mix of identifying your ideal client is understanding what platform will they be at and where will they be at offline. For me doing advertising, I can narrow down my target market by typing in they shop at Whole Foods or they read Entrepreneur Magazine or Founders. By knowing where they'll be at offline, on Wells Online, you get a huge advantage on really, maximizing who you be talking to and how far you're going. The Melanie just said, before my friend launches any program, she decides how many people she wants to join and writes that many blanks on a poster board. When she signs a new client, she writes their name on the board. That's an awesome idea. I love that. That's a huge thing to do as well, Having it already there is going to instill in your mind more of your law of attraction on top of that marketing tactic of them. It's like being a conscious marketer on top of being an ethical marketer. It's having this list there. So once you really define that aspect, you can really go further on identifying, do they go hiking? Do they go to football games? What teams do they like? What kind of books do they read? What kind of people are they interested in? Are they going to Tony Robbins events? Are they going to Grant Cardone events? What kind of music are they listening to? Really understanding your ideal client is so much more than just, having a nice avatar. It actually helping you identify who you're looking for and why you're looking for them and who can you target. Like I said before, if you know where they're at, you can join groups like Tony Robbins and find people who are already there who are your ideal clients. And if you like this so far, this is only a tip of the iceberg. There's so much more that I'm about to drop for you, some true value. So you're having a great time right now. Hashtag marketing. If you are loving it though, hashtag marketing king. Because this is going to be a huge thing for you. I wish I learned this 5 years ago. It would have saved me so much time and made me so much more money. And I want this to happen for you as well. So I'm hoping you're going to love this as well. And definitely take some notes too. It's way better to have notes on top of that. The strongest mind is still weaker than the weakest ink. Hey, Steven, thank you so much for joining. I hope you're having the best day yet. Would be a key factor. Now, some more questions to ask this is, what is one main problem that you have overcame personally and help other people do the same thing? Once you know that, it becomes a little easier. A lot of people will say, your ideal client is just a past version of yourself. Hey, Marlene, thank you so much for joining. Hope you're having the best day yet as always, and I cannot wait to connect with you more during this video. And by far, guys, ask questions as well. I'm totally hard here doing these live videos to have this conversation going. But understanding who your past version is can be a huge factor on who you should be marketing to. For me, I was homeless off and on from 12 to 18. So I know people looking for homes is somewhat of my, ideal clients. People who are realtors, people who understand this marketplace. So I target real estate people and investors and so forth. Also for marketing, when I first started off, I did not know too much about marketing. So when I did coaching, I also target, people who are still trying to learn marketing. So for you, it's the same scenario. What is something that you have overcame that you can help other people with? Maybe it's how to love yourself more. Maybe it's how to get into better shape, how to lose weight, how to grow a business or scale a business, how to make ads. There's so many different variables that goes into this, which is a key factor on really identifying who your ideal points are. Hey, Eliza, thank you so much for joining. That means a lot. Thank you, man. I'm glad you like my points so far. There's much more to come. And if you also have other ideas as well, I know a lot of you guys are super intelligent on what you're doing, let me know below as well. Let's have a huge conversation going. We all can kind of grow together on identifying our ideal clients. But that's a huge point for you to do as well. I said, knowing who your past version is one key factor. Another thing you can do too is ask yourself, what are the main problems that they have? And at best, list 3 of them. For me, my ideal clients, I know they're missing out on having exposure, on having better clientele, having more clients, and also understanding marketing. Which is why I do these videos. This is why I'm always trying to educate my clients on top of this, get them new clients. That way I can give them a tool. It's kind of like the old saying, you can give someone a fish and feed them for a day, or teach them to fish and feed them for a lifetime. And by you knowing how to do your ideal clients with your buyer persona, it can be a huge advantage for you having for a lifetime on really maximizing and growing your brand and business like never before. And I promise you, once you start doing this, you're going to see a huge shift before you even know it. And those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jordan Suber. I've been doing marketing for about 10 years now, but doing marketing for real estate past 5 years. Last year alone, I reached over 500,000 people. And I also, published 2 different books. I do public speaking, I do coaching, and my marketing agency is called Abrasions Marketing. It's helped me a lot on really, help my ideal clients, help other people as well, live life on their own terms, have the freedom to do so. Mary said, someone once asked me, who were your favorite clients in the last year? And what do they have in common? That is a great question as well. It is super, super key. But it kind of, segues into my next point, is who are your current clients even? How do you even find them? Once you know that, you can understand, where should I go to on finding more clients? Hey, what's going on, Zach? Thank you so much for joining, brother. But once you understand where your current clients are coming from, help you so much more on identifying your ideal clients a little more bit in depth. For me, a lot of my clients come from my referral programs. When anybody hops on, I give them 10% commissions for referring them to me. And then 5% every month afterwards. So that's a huge way for me to get new clients. On top of that, LinkedIn is a powerful place for me, or advertising is a powerful place for me. Also, networking at real estate place, so I know where my past clients are coming from. Hey, what's going on, Tyler? I haven't seen you for so long. I hope you're doing awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying this. But that's a huge thing as well, and understanding where is your clientele already coming from. Once you know that, you're one step closer to always having clients coming in and day out. And if you haven't, heard me long, my biggest thing is the most important job as a business owner, besides, allocating money and working on your field of influence and knowledge, is having clientele, lead generation. So this is going to save you so much time. But yeah, this is one of the best practices to use. I use all my clientele every single first meeting because it's that powerful. Another thing you can do on top of this, asking yourself, what is your competitors doing? Once you know what your competitors are doing, who they're targeting, that helps you a little more insight on what you should be doing as well. Let's say for me, most of my clientele are doing marketing as well, and they're targeting mortgage brokers instead of realtors. I might ask myself, why are they doing that? And see how they're doing it themselves. What kind of marketing are they doing? What kind of campaigns are they running? And for how long? And what platforms are they using it on? Hey, what's up, Billy? How you doing, man? But once you understand that too, it becomes way easier. Another key thing to do on top of this is as well is find out what is your unfair advantage. What do you do that is hard to copy or to replace that no one else can do in your field or your niche? For me, I took classes for real estate. I've done investing in real estate. I have friends firsthand who are house flippers and realtors. So I understand the real estate market more than other marketers do, which is one of my unfair advantages. So for you, ask the same question. Let's say you are a fitness person. Maybe your unfair advantage was you used to weigh 500 pounds, and now you weigh the ideal weight for you. Maybe you used to be terrible at public speaking, and now you're the best one in the world. And this is kind of unfair advantage to add to that. Or what offers can you give on top of that? For me, on top of understanding the marketplace, I give them my first 2 books for free, my 3rd book all about marketing, all my templates and videos as well to add more unfair advantage, my unique selling proposition. So for you, be the same kind of aspect. Is write down right now 3 or 4 things that make you super unique and stand out from everybody else. Another huge question to ask yourself too is, where will your client be if you did not help them? Yes, I'm going to say it one more time, make sure it really sinks in. Where will your ideal client be in life if you did not help them? That would be a huge determining factor on one, how to even talk to them, how to pitch them, but on top of that, on what you should be doing when you're talking to them and how you can find them even further. If my ideal client can't, have 30 to 60 leads every single month, I know they won't have the freedom that they deserve. That's one huge thing. Another thing you can do too, which is a huge hack, is called a brand audit. I do these all the time and get awesome feedback from you on what to make, what to do, and so forth. You can use a software called Typeform.com. It's totally free to use. Ask like 8 to 10 questions. And by doing this, it gives you more insights from your already existing clientele and your audience, which is game changing. So definitely do brand audits. You can ask questions like, who am I to you? How do you find me? What kind of content should I make? What makes me different than other people in my niche? Or do you follow other people in my niche? Those are some of the few questions to ask. And I'll even have down below my own brand audit for you to do for me and tell me what you want to anonymously. But on top of that, so that you have that template for yourself so you can do what you want. As being an ethical marketer I am, this is a bonus for you. Like I said before, you stay to the end of the video, I have a free template and a training video that goes into more details than what I'm doing right now for you. So those 3 things combined, you want to change your entire game. You're making way more money. You can say no to people and say yes to people you want to work with. Which segues into my next question. Who is somebody that you would never turn down? Let's say you already have too many clients and too much stuff going on. Who's that one client that you would never say no to? For me, it'd be somebody who is super ethical, who is super all about giving value, helping other people. People who are really crushing it in their life and their business and want to take life to the next level. I would never turn down somebody who's super driven and ambitious because that's how I am. So asking that question for you is also a key factor. Hey, what's up, Marissa? Thank you for joining. But it'll be a huge factor for you as well. If you understand who that person you will never say no to, that makes you find a more ideal niche on what you be talking about. Hey, what's up, Terry? Hope you're doing awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And again, if you have any questions, drop them down below. That's why I'm here doing these live videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to give you the best insights so you can really grow your business, grow your brand, make a bigger impact, and have the freedom that you deserve. Because I believe in you. I know that this is your time to really grow and blossom and shine. to be the king and queen that you're born to be. So that'd be a huge factor though, knowing that one point. And it also kind of segues into the next question to ask yourself. What are their values? Because it doesn't matter if they're the most successful client you ever had. If you have different values, it becomes so much harder for you to really work with them. Like I said before, I won't turn down somebody who have good values, who are ethical, who are trying to help people, who are super ambitious. These are some of the values that really stand out to me. So for you, ask yourself, what are your core values, which is good to know for yourself, and also, what is the values that you want to work with other people? Combining those together is a huge, huge thing. Hey, thank you so much, Terry. I'm glad you're enjoying it. If you have any questions, let me know below as well. I'm here for you. But having that in your back pocket as well is super key. Another thing you can do too is having like Google Trend alerts. If you are a advertiser like I am doing, Facebook ads and Google ads, I can type in Google Trends, what is going on currently with that marketplace. So I always know what's going on and have more insights on how it's working. And by doing this, it gives me a huge unfair advantage for one, but also lets me know what my ideal clients are going to be expecting from me and then from the marketplace. Another huge question to ask on top of this as well, is asking yourself, what groups can you go to that your ideal clients are in? We kind of touched on this before, but adding more context to this is, if your ideal clients are in real estate groups, what questions are they asking on that group? Now that's the little super ninja hack to what I'm talking about. When you're on there and seeing what they're talking about, you have more concept of what their values are, what they're looking for, and why they're looking for it. Like I say before, the quote above, if you try to talk or serve everybody, we end up talking and serving no one. This is why this is so important. Hey, what's going on, Leah? Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. And if you're watching this as a live, do marketing hashtag below. If you're watching this as a replay, hashtag branding. But it's going to be a huge, huge factor on what's going on for yourself and for your clients. Because I cannot, give any more recognition to how important this is. Once you understand your ideal client, it becomes so much easier for you to really identify why you're doing what you're doing. It's going to save you so much time. Are you making content that isn't for your ideal client? Are you going to groups that isn't where your ideal clients are at? Are you having sales calls with people who can't want to afford you or don't even want your services? It's awesome to make new connections, but that is going to be a huge, detrimental factor to what's going on. And thank you so much for the hearts. I really appreciate that. It'll be a huge, huge detrimental factor to what's going on. And another, major thing to do, like I said before, is to spy on your clients. You can even call them and ask them, what do they target and why they target them? Yeah, that is a huge, huge thing. When I first started off, you can do this for pricing, you can do it for structure, you can do it for who to target. Asking your clients, asking your competitors on what they're targeting and what they're doing gives you a super unfair advantage. That way you can kind of counteract. Here's a little story for you. The owner of Walmart actually went to stores in different countries and was on the floor, measuring how far the hours was apart from each other and asking people in that store what they were doing. And now Walmart is one of the biggest companies in the world because of that one factor. Hey, what's up, Cora? Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, let me know below. I'm happy to see you here. But yeah, it's a huge thing, If you saw my 2 weeks ago, I make content and how to make better content. That was a huge thing I talked about. The best artists, or in this case, entrepreneurs and business people, they don't copy, they steal. They make it their own. So it's the same thing. Find out what your competitors are already doing and then do it better. Because I know you can do it better. And your honest community makes me more impressed by you. So I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching. But it's a huge, huge factor, understanding what that's going to go into. And I know it's been a pretty long video, so I'm going to kind of like wrap this up. And I have a free gift for you as well, so stay tuned to the end to get that. Oh, thank you so much, Cole. I'm doing all I can. I'm glad you think so. And what it really comes down to, is understanding your ideal clients, your buyer's persona. Comes down to a few questions. What is their name? What is their number? What is their gender? What is their clientele coming from themselves? What problems do they have? What solution can you offer them? This is a huge, huge, huge thing. Because at the end of the day, it's all about solutions. It's all about them. Talking to your ideal clients is more about them than us. This is why it's so detrimental and crucial to understand this one concept. What is the demographics? Where they go to online and offline? And then ask yourself, who's a past version of yourself that you can help? What is the biggest roadblock that they're facing in their life? And how will life be if you don't help them? Where are your past clients even coming from? This is a huge, huge thing. And also using stuff like Typeform. Asking your already existing fans and audience or your clients on what they think of you and how they found you. And down below, I'll have that for you too as a template, and also let you know what you think about me anonymously. And having all these things set in place may be a huge, huge factor for you and understanding on how to, say no to people you don't want to work with and say yes to the right people that you should be working with. Another thing too you can do to find your ideal clients is to really do surveys with your clients already. Ask them stuff that you ask your audience. What do they think about you? Why are they working with you? What is the best experience they have with you? Some of these questions might seem obvious, but they're not asked enough. So definitely do that as well. And if you're watching this live, drop some hearts and likes, and then hashtag King or Queen. And if you're watching this as a replay, hashtag Royal. It lets me know what time to go live and what time is the best time to do these for you to make sure I can give you the most value and answer your questions at the right times. Another key thing to ask yourself too on is, what are their values? What do they care about? Another thing you can do at the top of that is, spying on your competitors, like I said before, asking what they do, going into groups and seeing what questions they're asking. You go to core.com even, or Reddit, and see what your ideal clients are already talking about, what they're asking. These are some of the main things to really hone down what your ideal client is and how to find more of them. Like I said before, if you're not doing this, you're leaving thousands, tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars every single year by not understanding your ideal client. Now, more importantly, you're wasting a ton of time, which I don't want for you. I want to see you thriving and winning like never before, even during these crazy times. Because right now, people are still doing business, and so should you. Even if you're not a business person, let's say you're a writer, knowing your audience is a huge factor behind that. So I know this is super long. I'm going to wrap this up now. If you have any questions, let me know below. I will answer them in the comment section for you. And on top of that, I have a free gift for you. If you want this, either send me a message. I will send you over a totally free template asking even deeper questions. And on top of that, I'll even give you my training video that goes into more details about all of this. With also a handout with KPIs, key metrics. What is your unique selling proposition? What is your unfair advantage? And the list goes on. These one thing by themselves is worth over $100. I'm going to give it to you for free. If you want that, either type down below hashtag marketing king or send me a personal message. I will send it to you so you can be winning and thriving. And as always, you're kings and queens. Abundance is your birthright. I want nothing but the best for you. I believe in you, and this is your time. Not when anyone tells you it's your time, not when I tell you it's your time, but when you decide it's your time. And in my opinion, I believe in you now. You can do this. There's no time to wait. And once you know your ideal client, it becomes so much easier for you to find them and to serve them so you can make money, make an impact, make a difference in the world as well with them. The best leaders make the more leaders. Thank you all for watching. Again, if you have any questions, let me know below. Definitely smash that like button. Tag your friends below who are having issues identifying their buyer's persona or ideal client, and share this video with your community and your friends as well. Thank you so much. Have the best day yet, and stay loyal.